What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Mystic Rick's Crypto Picks. I am your host, Mystic Rick, and let's take a look at the charts today, shall we? Now, before we get started, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the YouTube algorithm get my videos out there for others to be able to check out my content. And also make sure to invite in your friends, families, co-workers, and associates by sharing some of my content to your social media. Now, as we're looking at the market, Bitcoin currently coming in at $32,177. Ethereum in second coming in at $2,013, down 0.5% on the 24-hour block, and Bitcoin is down 0.47% on the 24-hour block. Total crypto market cap is $1.31 trillion with a 24-hour volume of 61.2 billion. BTC dominance increasing up to 46% over the last 24 hours. Ethereum was up to 18%, but is now dropped to 17.9, with a GUI coming in at 18. Number of cryptos currently being tracked by CoinMarketCap is 11,032, and it is tracking a total of 389 exchanges. Wow, that's a lot of exchanges. Now, let's dive into this Bitcoin action. Now, if you were watching this channel the other day, I told you guys that Bitcoin would make an attempt while it was inside of this channel, okay, between the dotted line and this heavy line. It would make an attempt to try to retest this long-standing macro downward trend, okay? And so far, it was not able to make it all the way up there. It attempted to at midnight Central Standard Time, but it did not make it all the way up there. Hey, John, what's going on? So what we've seen, of course, we have our trend, right? It broke our trend and we had a breakdown. Now, does that mean it won't just turn in thin air and go right back up? No, it doesn't. However, we're in that block of open space. Anything can happen in here, right? We could come down and retest this support line here at about 31.5, or something weird could happen, like we saw the other night, and it could just randomly turn up and attempt to retest. At this point, a retest would be seen if we were to just turn right now. A retest would be seen sometime between um, late night, so about 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, to about 4 o'clock in the morning. Crypto Houston, happy Friday, happy Friday. Now, as of right now, it's looking like we're a little dumpy. Big Daddy, what's going on? I am currently in a little tiny little short, and if you look at my entry point right here, you can see that I entered upon the trend break. Now, if you guys were checking me out the other night, what did I tell you? Green light, red light goes down, right? Remember we talked about that? Red light, green light, it goes up. Now, that only works obviously if you have candle lines that are like this. Remember, every candle doesn't open and close at the same stagger, right? Look at this one. It's a stagger, okay? A stagger, all right? Now, what we see here is, again, green light, red light should go down, okay? So, it's I know I have weird ways of teaching on this channel, but to simplify it to you guys, it does work, right? But yes, you can see my entry point here. So if you actually go back and look at the charts, that shows you that I got in. Where did I get in at? Because I didn't just get in at 10 a.m. Okay, yes. So I got in after this trend break right here. It looks a little different because I'm using Bitstamp, right? So the candles are different on Bitstamp than obviously on Bybit. So so my entry was right here. Okay. Yeah, simplified is good sometimes. Now with 32.8 have been a lot better of an entry. Yeah, but as it made an attempt up here, right? And I saw the bullish momentum. I wanted to see a retest upon this line before getting in, right? Because you get in here and then it drops, you're looking good, and then bam, it comes up. Well, 33,000 would have been a lot better of an entry. Yes, yes, it did get rejected off the 20 EMA. Now, again, let's look at the daily. What have I been preaching to you guys on the daily? What did I say? Look at the RSI. What did I say look for? I said look for a rejection, okay, when it tried to meet this yellow long-term, long-term um, downward trending line of resistance, okay? We can I move that up some? There we go. We talked about that for quite a while, right? That hey, Bitcoin has constantly been getting rejected by this downward trending line of resistance, and here we are touching it, and boom, we're starting to go down. So that was something I told you guys um, to pay attention for. Now, what would be nice at this point is if we did have a a blood diamond situation pop up on the daily, which I mean, a blood diamond on the daily normally means that you're gonna skyfall for a little bit, even if it's just for a day. Um, but yes, now where does it come down to retest? Well, again, it could come down and just retest 31.5. We could come down and retest 31 even, or possibly, which would be nice, is 30 even. We just have to wait and see. Um, we just have to wait and see. Okay, but be mindful that 31.1 does have a lot of support. One, two, three, four, um, five, six touches of support since May 23rd. So just be mindful of that. That if we do plunge on a Bloody Friday or what have you, or Bloody Saturday, don't expect it to just, dive bomb straight down to, 29, 28. It could catch support here off 31.1. Nice, Big Daddy, nice. So, of course, I want to see you guys win. Um, and also, it's not really something you can see on um, not really something you can see on the daily, but if we go out and um, at a 12, actually the 6 hour. Ah, is there any way I can remove the, I can't remove that one. Let's see if we can see it on the 4 hour. So if we look at the 4 hour, there is the money flow is starting to increase, and that can be somewhat troublesome, right? But on a weekly, we're seeing it decrease. So on a long term, we can see the decrease. On the short term, um, well, as of the 30-minute, we have a decrease. Yeah, it could. Evil Roy, what's going on? The weekend used to be prime for whales to manipulate, especially on Sundays, but recently it hasn't happened as much. Yeah, yeah. And and I've seen it go both ways, right? I've seen it pump on the weekend, and I've seen it dump on the weekend, right? Everybody remember, I think it was like Bloody Sunday or something like that. So on the 30-minute, we have a green dot. So we could see, maybe. So I'm just gonna, hmm, be interesting if I should close this or not. Because it's just a really small trade. I mean, it's just a $30 trade. It's just a scalp trade. So, um, I mean, it could go back down, and that's awesome. But again, it's just a scalp trade. It's not a long-term trade. I I don't long-term trade in open space like this, if that makes sense to you guys, right? That makes sense to you guys, especially with a green dot popping up on the 30 minute. You know, it could easily come back up to 32.3, 32.4, and as of right now, we do have bullish divergence on the 30-minute time frame, right? We set um, lower lows on price. We set lower lows on RSI. Price is gonna go back up. You can see the W forming. Okay, the M has already played out. Boom, boom. Now the W plays out. So remember, um, what what turns into an M always turns into a W. What turns into a W will always turn into an M. So after this W plays out, that's your next entry for your short. A scalp short, okay? Scalp. Now, if I wanted to play it long term trade, right, the entry would have been up here off the touch. And then, possibly taking it out at 32. So that would have been a nice little $1,000 juicy trade. Um, if we get a bounce off of this support line, I may look to take a scalp long. So we just have to see, wait it out, play it out, see what happens. Not to mention, our other markets are pumping right now, right? I mean, look at that freaking, talk about a V-shaped recovery. I mean, literally a V-shaped recovery. Okay, so we take the S&P out to the hourly. I mean, look at her. It's just V-shaped recoveries don't get any better than that. I mean, look at that. And very oddly mimics the Bitcoin one. Okay, but Bitcoin's dropping right now, even though um, the S&P isn't. So we'll just have to see, and actually, we'll have to see if this candle turns red, because a green candle with a red dot doesn't mean a sack of bricks. Um, Neither necessarily does a red diamond, right? However, on the S&P, a red diamond just popped up. So look forward to maybe come down to 44 even, maybe. Okay. So S&P is pretty high on RSI right now on the hourly. It's sitting at 80. The last time, a few days ago, um, what did I tell you guys when RSI was at 93? What did I say? And those who've been watching the channel since then, Crypto Houston is one of them. Um, John's one of them. You guys might have heard me talk about that when I said, "Hey, uh, look out soon for the S&P to correct itself." Now, that was something your eyes could see before, for instance, the blood diamond was able to tell you. Does that make sense? Yeah, Big Daddy, you're right. We used to see our pumps during the week and our dumps on the weekends. Now the trend has mostly been um, Fridays or Mondays for dumps, and then like the last weekend of the month. But as more and more institutions and corporations are getting into these Bitcoin futures, and because futures expire on a weekly, a monthly, a quarterly time frame, that also affects as well. Now, for instance, let's say a corporation does have, let's say they have $500 million worth of Bitcoin, and let's say they've got some insider tips that the market is just about to just tank 20%. Do you think they're not going to sell some of their Bitcoin to hedge against their real world loss? Yes or no? Think about that for a second. So that's just something to consider. Yep. I mean, and any of you would do the same, right? If you had $500 million worth of Bitcoin to be able to hedge against inflation or loss, right? Deflation, um, and your company's about to take a, let's say, 5% hit, okay, or a 10% hit because the market's about to crash. Would you not sell 10, 20, 30% of your Bitcoin while it's high? And then after you've evened everything out, buy back in when Bitcoin is low? If you haven't already, go back and watch my how whales worked the bull run, and I did a full breakdown. I tell you down to the dollar of when Tesla bought in and when Tesla sold, how much they bought and how much they sold, and why it was a good move, whether it was for the environment or for their pockets, it doesn't matter. But I tell you the full breakdown. Yeah, we see price did come back down a little bit. So candle still red on the hourly, which is it's okay, right? It's okay. So we have a blood diamond, okay, on the hourly. So that might be a sign to go back in. Okay. We have a blood diamond on the hourly. But then again, you can get a blood diamond, right? And then it does nothing. Now, the second warning shot fired, this blood diamond was actually not just a Bitcoin blood diamond. If you go to the S&P, right, that was an S&P blood diamond. So they don't necessarily mean anything sometimes. Okay, you have one here and then you have a pump literally 2 candles later. So hey, thank you, Big Daddy. Hey man, I really hope um see, this was getting interesting. Okay, these the bands are crunching. So there's no green dot on the hourly. There's only a green dot on the 30-minute. Okay, and that green dot is almost played out, but the bullish divergence was there. Okay, at least on the 30-minute time frame, right? You got your W forming, so it could come up. Um, it could come up and test 32.4. However, I would encourage you to look in close. That top band has flipped. Okay, it went back up and it has flipped again. When it flips, it means that there's selling pressure. Okay, see it up on top? It's buying pressure, buying pressure. Okay, buying pressure. When it flips, there's selling pressure. Price comes down, goes back up, buying pressure. It's flipped, there's selling pressure. But the bands don't always constrict, right? You see here, it comes down a little bit, but the band never flipped. The or excuse me, the top band never flipped, you didn't see all of the bands kind of crunch together. When you see them crunch together, it's normally a big move coming. So they crunch together, big move. So this will be real interesting. Now, the last time they did this was right here. Okay, you see how tight they got? I mean, they literally just completely got smashed into just one line. And then boom, heinous dump. Yeah, Crypto Houston, you're right. It's a dam with leaks. And this is what I want you guys to pay attention to. We'll pull out to the 4 hour, okay? Even though we're at 32,000 right now, we are still dangerously close to that final level of support, okay? Think of it as being in striking range of a rattlesnake, right? If you're 10 feet away from a rattlesnake, he might rattle, but he also knows that he can't bite you from that far away, and you know the same. But once you step into that danger zone, you're in his world. And if he does decide to strike, you better hope you're ready. So, being that Bitcoin is this close to that final line of support, any major crash or any medium-sized crash in our global market will break the back of Bitcoin. Does that does that reference help? It'll break the back of Bitcoin, right? If the S&P was just fall 10% right now, you'd see a 20K Bitcoin, and here's why. It'll definitely send Bitcoin flying past 28,000. Once it gets past 28,000, there's no support here. It'll just free fall. It has a tiny bit of support here at 22,000, 22.6, but not enough to save it, right? It doesn't have weeks and weeks of support at that level, okay? Whereas these other levels up here, they have weeks and weeks of support there. So, what does that mean? Anything goes down in our main markets. If we have another shutdown or partial shutdown from this Delta variant, down goes Bitcoin, just like Fraser, right? Down goes Bitcoin. So I'd be watching that, and we also had formed a mini bearish divergence um, on the 4 hour. You can see the little micro size M, and it's coming down. We have a red dot on the 4 hour, but that red dot popped up while everyone was sleeping. Hey, Scorched Earth, Stu, what's going on? So as of right now, and I'm not saying that I won't re-enter a trade. I'm just saying as of right now, there's no sign for me to re-enter, right? Now, if I would have gotten in on this side, which I was trading this off the trend, so trend is your friend, and that's why I didn't get in over here, right? I waited for confirmation of the breakdown. Um, it just all depends. Mm, could have been the hype of the B word conference, but also um, there was a little tiny crash in the S&P, and if you lay them out, right, This was 3 in the morning, 19 July. This was at 2:30, or excuse me, over here. 19 July at 8:30. So if you notice, they look a lot similar. Okay. Now the S&P pumped at 2:30 on the 19th, right? It pumped at 2:30 on the 19th. Bitcoin, it didn't start pumping until later, okay? So Bitcoin had its crash, had another crash, and then kind of just followed the S&P on back up. That's why they both have that same similar V shape to them. So right now, Bitcoin is just kind of following the rest of the market. But again, just got a red dot on the S&P. Doesn't mean anything though. Okay, doesn't mean anything. Because right now, the momentum wave is to the top side. What I'd watch out for is the fact that RSI is at 80 on the hourly. Okay. Um, we just have to see. So let's check out Ethereum. Ethereum is currently bleeding out a little bit from its we're going to take a closer look at this. So there's not enough data yet to draw out a trend line on the hourly for Ethereum in terms of when it's going to go back up. It's just not enough data. But again, that was the opportunity to get into the short trade. Okay. Now, if I zoom in and turn this off, you can see 1, 2, 3 candles, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candles tested this line before breaking down. So that's your trend. Okay, all this up here is not a constant. Okay, it's not a constant. So it's not part of where you draw your trend. So that's your trend. Now, if we were to fib this, it looks like it's gonna it's currently let me see, prices were 2017. Okay, so price came down to basically attempt to retest the 618. And I have to bring this down a little bit more. There we go. So the breakdown is showing that I mean, because we got in the golden pocket a little bit, right? We crossed the 0.5. But the retest of the 618 looks like what's in store. Maybe a slight bounce off the 618, but don't look for a 0.786 unless Bitcoin were to dive like another 2%. Okay. Bitcoin were to dive like another 2%, 3%, then you could see a possible retracement to retest the 0.786. Crypto Junkie, what's going on? So in Bitstamp, oh, we've come down $200 already. I mean, look at there. Green light, red lights breaking down. Look at that. I mean, it's hauling ass down there too. So what I'm going to do here in the short term, and of course, what you can do is kind of draw your line out, right? Step it out. As you get more data. And because it could come sideways a little bit, then go back down, right? Come sideways a little bit, go back down. And then that's why you modify your line. So always make sure that um, if you don't have enough data yet, you're modifying your trend so that when it crosses it, you have proper data to enter your positions. Nice, John Wayne. Joseph, what's going on? Yeah, that's where I was in at, and um, I'm really interested in this blood diamond on the hourly. So we just have to see how that blood diamond plays out. Okay, I can remove these because these trends have played out. Right, it's crossed it, so it can no longer, play that trend. So it'll get real interesting to see um, what's going to happen here. Again, if we go back to our daily, RSI has peaked. So if it is going to find a resistance here, then I'd look for it to possibly come down, not immediately, but at some point attempt um, to retest about 38, okay, over the course of the next few days. But that's again, if this is going to be another solid rejection of that downward trending line on RSI, okay? Because what we also have to pay attention to is money flow is still in the red, but mm, it's kind of slowly creeping up. So we just have to be careful there. Okay. Now, what'd be interesting is if it's peaked. Okay. It looks like that could have been the peak. Oh. Well, your blood diamond is not your manipulation. It's your yellow X. Okay. That's manipulation. Yellow X is manipulation. If you go out to the 4-hour, you'll see more of them. Right? See them right there. Yellow X, yellow X. At the end of the day, trying to go by a symbol is not what I preach on this channel. Okay. So if you are new to this channel, even if you aren't new, um, talk to any of the vets on this channel. I teach you how to trade by trend. Now, yes, a blood diamond on a larger time frame is an indicator of, hey, it doesn't mean price is going to go down. What it is it's a warning shot fired. Last time Meta said blood diamond, it pumped. Well, there's a blood diamond right here, and that's the most recent blood diamond in terms of the 4-hour. Did we just have one pop up on the hourly? Yes, we did. But this one was also on the hourly. We had two right there. And on these blood diamonds, it definitely dumped from 30, 31.7, 31.8, all the way down to 29.3, right? So if you stayed in your short, then yeah, you got wrecked. But if you got out of your short off the trend line that I drew out here of when would have been a good time um, to get out of this, okay, this candle right here was the warning shot fired. Exactly. Crypto Houston's right. Okay. So if you watch my videos and watch my trends, this candle right here was the warning shot fired. Especially if you hopped in a short right here. Okay? Because it only took a couple hours to freaking put you in the red. If you got in right here, well, you had a few more hours before you lost all of your gains. And then up here, probably liquidated a lot of people, depending on what kind of leverage you were using. So right now, okay, oops. Right now, as we get more data, I'll modify this line a little bit and I'll leave it to see what it does. Okay, I made a little short last night telling you guys that, hey, we would have an attempt to retest the macro downward trending line. Okay, but that if it didn't even touch it, look for us to come on down, attempt to retest this first trend of support, 31.5. Now, yes, if I saw, for instance, here, right? If I saw a blood diamond pop up in the S&P, yeah, I'm probably gonna temporarily short Bitcoin. Okay. I mean, if we can find it here, right? On S&P, look at this. I want you to look at something. On the S&P on the hourly, um, where was it? No, it wasn't on the hourly. I think that was on the 4 hourly. Okay. So look at this. On the 8th of, wasn't it on the hourly? Here we go. On the 8th, you see it right there. S&P threw a blood diamond. I told you guys the correction was coming because of this maxed out RSI. I already knew it was coming. What did Bitcoin do on the 8th of July? Yellow X. What does that tell you? Some guys took some profits off that Bitcoin to make do for the S&P tanking a little bit. Exactly. It takes $1 billion to move Bitcoin 10%. Exactly why I asked you guys the question last night. It's a lot easier to dump Bitcoin than to pump it, because in this type of market, fear sentiment is a lot greater than greed sentiment, if that makes sense. And right now, so many people have gotten wrecked, okay? Just just steamrolled because of everything that happened, that they aren't really that willing to buy in right now, okay? They just aren't willing to buy in as much right now. So many people have just gotten steamrolled. Yeah, they're not gonna buy in right here. They know it's coming down. Think about this. You as a corporate owner, you as an institution, know that these markets, they're just another kick of the can down the road from the can just getting absolutely ran over by a random truck. Okay? And they know once that happens, every other market out there is going to plummet. Okay? Let me tell you something. Bitcoin is not running to 300K if the rest of the global markets are tanking. Mark my words. Get that number out of your head for at least the next couple years. Okay? Get that number out of your head for the next couple years if it is in your head. Get 100K out of your head right now, because in order for Bitcoin to hit 100K, it would still need a larger market cap than what the total cryptocurrency market cap was able to reach in the most parabolic run in human market history. So I want you guys to consider that, okay? Put some logic behind that. We spoke about this logic in trading, logic in investment. If during the most parabolic run in human market history, Bitcoin was only able to reach 1.5, $1.6 trillion market cap, the total market cap was able to reach 2.2 trillion. Now Bitcoin is down to 600 and something billion dollars. Do you honestly think that uh, before the supposed fall crash of the market, so around September, so basically 60 days, do you think in 60 days Bitcoin is going to grow another $1.6 trillion in market cap um, out of its backside? Okay. And it's just a yes or no question for the followers in the chat. I already know what Crypto Houston's going to say, but think about that. Yes or no? Do you think that Bitcoin's going to grow another $1.6 trillion out of its backside over the next 60 days? And that'll give you your answer to the shill about these, posts about Bitcoin's getting ready to head to 100K. Yeah, yeah. Look at it like this, okay? Um, I don't know if I still have the presentation. I might have deleted it. Yeah, I deleted it. Sorry, guys. I was gonna show that to you. Um, so we can we can do this. Okay. We'll we'll use PowerPoint. Okay. Use PowerPoint. And I hate these bright colors, so we'll make it dark. And we'll make the text white. Okay. So if Tesla sold um and you'd have to watch my video to see the math. I don't have the exact math in my head, but let's just say um, I know they sold 10%, right? Tesla sold 10% of their Bitcoin, okay, in which um, it was for a little over $200 million. Okay, that's how much money they made off of it. A little over $200 million for only selling 10%. Okay, that lets you know they had over $2 billion worth of Bitcoin. Now, let's say Tesla takes a um, $100 million hit because of the market. They saw the crash coming in the main markets. They had $100 million of Bitcoin to cover it, break even from the deficit, and then put 100 million back into Bitcoin at lower prices. Hence, Elon mentioning that Tesla would continue soon with accepting Bitcoin, which is a warning shot fired that they already started slowly accumulating. Okay, does that make sense? If you just came in, take a second to read that. Just tell me. Makes sense or Rick, you're stupid. I'm trying to teach you guys some logic here. My job as an influencer is not just to give you information about how blockchain technology works or what the top 100, 500 cryptos are or what blockchains exist, what networks and ecosystems are the best, what exchanges are the best. My job is also to help you understand logic, because you will not make profit if you put emotion and speculation before logic. Yeah, we can all speculate that Bitcoin's going to go to 150 or $300,000 this year. But does logic say that it's reasonable expectation? So on this channel, we also go outside of just staring at charts all day. I like to just put some knowledge in your brain, right? And I learn from you all too. This should be a give and take relationship, not me just take from you all your time to watch my content and you all give your attention and time to me. It should be give and take. We learn from each other. But if it makes sense, says it makes sense. If it doesn't, hey, it doesn't make sense. And if after that you still think Bitcoin's going to $300,000 in the next 60 days, then hey, comment is going to 300K. Hey, whatever floats your boat. I'm just letting you know that when whales miss the boat, their buddies will turn that boat back around to pick them up. We need some stimmies first. Exactly. You would have to take Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, and several other billionaires' net worth to move the market at that. Exactly. You need 10 you need 10 micro sailors. You need 10 micro strategies. Not to mention, I told you guys not to get rallied up over the whole El Salvador adopting Bitcoin, because what's happening right now, their citizens are protesting in the streets that they don't want Bitcoin. Go figure. We'll just have to see. Um, there is some attempted bullish divergence playing out right now on the hourly. So just be mindful of that. Okay. Just be mindful of that. Watch that line I drew you. Okay. You can see the W attempting to form. Now it may only come back up to like 32 4, 32.5. We just have to see. It could maybe only come up to 32.3. But it's attempting to play out. I'll take it in Solanium. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Altcoins can pump independently of Bitcoin. But when Bitcoin dumps, altcoins dump with it. Okay. I mean, look, for instance, Bitcoin has been coming down, right? But go take a look at Axie Infinity. Bitcoin has been coming down, but go take a look at crypto blades. Just 2.5 weeks ago, you could have turned $10,000 worth of crypto blades skill tokens into like $800,000. I kid you not. Don't believe me? Let's go ahead and look it up. I'll show you a little something here. I'll prove it to you. It's $117 right now. Good shit, man. Shit. Look at this. Okay, we'll do the math. 74 cents, right? You could have got in at 74 cents. Okay, so if you'd have taken $10,000, it would have gotten you um, 13,513 tokens. Okay? times 110. 1.4. Doesn't that just make you cry? You'd have $1.48 million right now. Literally, it was $57 yesterday, but it only has 1 million in supply. Crypto Blades could easily be a $500 to $1,000 token. So yeah, you've missed that boat. Yeah. I mean, for those who don't know, it's Solanium. I mean, I have a real good video talking about it. Okay, it is a great growing project on the Solana ecosystem. It is very new, so that's why most people don't know about it. But it begs you to differ. How many of those 164,000 people are kind of just being kept on hush hush right now because Solanium has a very large ass network, social network. It really does. Um, and only with 30 million in circulation, 100 million in supply, Solanium could easily be that chain link type token that's only going for 15, 20, 25 cents. And then when the next Bitcoin halving cycle comes, it's like boom. You're like, where the hell did this $50 token come from? Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, this is the problem. Every time the bulls throw more into the fire, guess what? Retail, think about this. The the whales can pump a candle faster than retail can. But retail overall is what makes the market move. Okay? Retail overall is what makes the market move. Remember, it takes a whale $100 million to push Bitcoin up 1%. So even if, right, even if Bitcoin was at 100 grand and Michael Saylor bought $1 billion worth, he could only pump the price to 110 grand. So the problem is sentiment because a lot of retail investors think that, well, because a billionaire is purchasing $1 billion, that it's supposed to take Bitcoin from 30,000 to 70,000. And so they start buying behind it. In reality, the whale isn't pushing the price up that high. It's the retail. But the problem is most of your retail has gotten into contract trading, right? Leverage trading. And most of them get long and then get dumped on, and now that money's gone. They don't have it anymore. Eventually, because inflation is going up, you start losing more money to trade with, to buy crypto with, to get NFTs with, when your food is costing more, your gas is costing more, your housing is costing more, right? Your cost of living is going up. So when people talk about inflation, right, it doesn't mean that Bitcoin's price is going to go up because of inflation and because of money printing. Ultimately, if you look at how much money the US printed, they could have given us a lot more than what they gave people through stimulus. Trust me, right? We gave a few $1 billion to a Middle Eastern country for gender studies. Okay? If our economy is hurting, why the hell are we giving away money for fucking gender studies? Think about that for a second. And so I don't like to get political on this channel, but I just want to pump that logic into you just for a quick second. Okay? But yeah, look at crypto blades. Okay? Is Bitcoin rallying like this? No, sure as hell isn't. But crypto blades is. And what have I been warning you guys about on this channel? Because I showed crypto blades a few days ago. I sure did. Go back and look. I said, watch out for the skill token. I mean, it's going parabolic. like straight up. I don't even know how much longer it can sustain this. But if you just 2.5 weeks ago, if you would have dropped 10 grand on crypto blades, you would be a millionaire right now. What other market out there can you become a millionaire in 2 weeks? And I'm not talking about the lotto because that's not a market. It's just a government scheme to take all your money. Reminds me of that movie The Island. Everybody's so excited to hit the lotto. Well, go look at the statistics. How many people hit the lotto and actually stay rich? You better learn what capital gains tax means. You hit $1 million in the lotto, you giving Uncle Sam 370,000 out the gate. Out the gate. Now we'll take a look at another token that I've been telling you guys to watch out for. It's called Anarchy. It's kind of nice how they put it in the name, right? It's at 18 cents right now. I got in at 13 cents. And you can't even play the game yet. Again, yeah, it has more tokens, right? But 200 million is still not a lot. And only 94 million are allocated, right? The rest is for development, promotion, and for the team. So only 94 million are allocated. Okay. So yeah, they ran up to 40 cents. That was back during the altcoin pump. But here again, this is a gaming pump. I want you guys to understand what I just said. This is a NFT and gaming pump. And I already said pay attention to the next bull run. It's going to not only be people purchasing on exchange and get rich off of crypto or wrecked, whichever one. It's going to be the real world application at the first attempt to normalize crypto, right? I can pay my bills with Bitcoin normalized. I can play this video game and earn crypto, real world. Okay. So just want you guys to pay attention to Anarchy. I'm already in waiting to play the early release game. Um, but this right here is gonna be a massive NFT. These two, okay, they are rares. I'm already in for Star Atlas. Okay, you want to see how much Star Atlas NFTs have gotten to in price? Cool, I'll show you one. $19,900 already. I'm gonna look at this one. Sold out. Can't even get it. Okay. I got this one for $64. It's 145 right now. Game not even out yet. Oh, this wallet's not connected. So there you can see for transparency. Okay. I do own two of the meta posters. Koopa. I've warned you about Koopa. Okay. I've thrown out the warning shot fired. Now, there's more Koopa. It is not a game. It is a platform token for gaming, for betting. Okay? But I've thrown out the warning shot fired. Binance. thrown out the warning shot fired. Okay. Binamon and Ethermon are basically like Pokemon. Okay. Blockchain Pokemon, but on the Binance chain. So I've thrown out the warning shots fired to you guys. All right. Look, and literally in in the first 24 hours, both the warlords and the gangster staking pools filled up. But these two mythic NFTs are going to get stupid in price. And they have a whole list of NFTs. The NFTs give you benefits inside the games. Okay. You'll have all sorts of levels. Then you can get your sentinels. Okay. And then you have to do something crazy to unlock a tesseract, but the tesseracts are extremely expensive. It's something that the founder of the game gives you. But again, I've thrown out the warning shot fired. You can get them under 20 cents. Does that mean it'll be the next crypto blades? I can't tell you. Okay. But again, gaming is about to start getting big. I'm warning you because you'd be surprised of how many people in the crypto space are game nerds and have been waiting for good games to come out that are actually playable and don't have like Atari level graphics, right? They actually have some good level graphics. Star Atlas, when it releases, I'll throw this hint out there, right? Does anybody have any experience with gaming graphics? Does anybody have any experience with gaming graphics? Okay. I'll throw this bone to you. Star Atlas is being built on Real Engine 5, if that tells you anything. And it'll be the type of game that anything that you can see, right? You know, most games you see something in the background, you can't go there. It's just a background, okay? Um, in Star Atlas, anything you can see, you can visit. But yes, it's being built on Real Engine 5. Yep, Anarchy is on Uniswap and PancakeSwap. So you can purchase it with ETH on Uniswap. You can purchase it with Binance on PancakeSwap. Pretty interesting, huh? I'm telling you, that token is not going to stay 19 cents for that long. I mean, yeah, even if the market, think about this. The market took a hit the other day, right? Everything was just bleeding out the ears and crypto blades was still pumping. Real Engine 5, okay? It's for It's for pretty sure it's called Real Engine 5. So these are the type of graphics that Star Atlas will have. Okay. Um, and because of the technology they're using, your graphics card won't bear the weight. And I can't tell you exactly how they're doing it, but there's some sort of way they've been able to pull it off where your graphics card doesn't pull all the weight. Um, John Wayne can probably give you uh, more information about that. He's a game developer. Last call outs. Hey, what's going on? So the rebirth event ends in one more day. Okay. So all of these posters, the dates have now run out to be able to buy them. Okay. This one only lasted for 2 days. June 12th to June 14th is all you had to purchase it. And like if you go down the list, they're just all sold out. Right? Sold out. There's only 4 that exist in the world of this one. You go here, sold out. There's only 5 in the world that exist. Sold out. There's 4 in the world that exist. Okay. This one, the one that I got, there's only 2,006 of them that exist in the world. They cut the supply. There was like 100,000. Now they've burned the rest, and there's only 2,006 in the world that exist, which is pretty rare. Not as rare as the others, but that's still rare. This one has 6,000 that exist. Okay, so imagine the price of these, right? There's 4 in the world. Okay, so this is a creature that um, I'm pretty sure you'll have some access to once the game releases. Okay. But yes, if you go to Anarchy Home, um, you can get registered to try to for them to let you in for Battle Wave 2323. Um, so it's gonna be an awesome game. And if you get one of the mythic NFTs, you get um, a 350% APY on your play to earn. So I'm already on there. Just want to throw that out there to you guys, man. I want to help my team win, right? Buying them on, you need 1,200 BMON tokens to buy a booster pack. I think it gives you a couple cards, and then from there you can buy energy booster packs with 230 BMON and then go and play. Now, just a couple weeks ago, you could have gotten a booster pack for like $5. Now a booster pack costs you like $170. Koopa's going to be the same. Okay, so this is basically like a public pre-sale. They didn't want to do an IDO or ICO, so but it's in phases. And the reason what they're doing is instead of just having that private sale, they're doing what's called basically like a whale lock. So it prevents a whale from stepping in and purchasing like $1 million of the token because you're capped, right? 10 billion exist. You can only purchase 5 million per phase. So so this is phase one, okay? Phase one, which is baby boomers, 250 million will be allocated. Whatever doesn't get sold pushes to the next phase. Maximum you can purchase is 5 million. Current price 0.0002. Um, then phase two, which is Gen X, it will go to 0.00025. You can still only get 5 million tokens. 750 million will be allocated. Then down to phase three, which is the millennials. Same thing, 5 million cap. Price goes up to 0.0003. 750 million allocation. Final phase is phase four Gen Z. It'll then be available on Sushi Swap instead of just um, on Uniswap, and then um, price will be 0.0005, and then you'll have the chance um, to stake them in a liquidity pool to earn 0.25% of whatever the fees are, and that'll be split between you and other liquidity providers. Um, so that is awesome. So again, just so if you want to get in at that bear price, it closes in 2 days. Okay, 2 days. And then after phase four completes, okay, after phase four completes, that's when your tokens will be released to whatever wallet you bought them with. So if you buy now, you're not going to see the tokens now. You'll see the tokens after they have finished the sale. And then is when they'll come up with their listing price on the dexes. Yeah, man, I'm excited. I can't wait to freaking play the Battle Wave 2323. I'm excited. And the NFTs, they are available on Rarible. Okay. So for instance, if you click buy now, it'll take you over to Rarible. There you have them. Look at this, $118. I mean, it's still just going up, man. This is ridiculous. And just to think, literally, um, literally July 2nd. So 2.5 weeks ago. 2.5 weeks ago, you could have got these tokens for as low as 78 cents. Think about that. That's nuts. There's only a million. This could easily be a couple $100 or I mean $1,000 token is not out of reach. It's really not. I mean, Crypto Blades is literally making millionaires right now when the rest of the market is down. Hey, Oscar, what's going on? Yeah, it's an insane pump, man. This is nuts. And Anarchy is pumping too. It's up 70% on 71% on the 24 hours. So it's creeping back up. Be nice if you'd have got in at 3 cents, right? Baby cake. Oh my God. They just need to give up on these freaking, now everything has a baby version. Everything. There's Binance. So it's 17 cents right now, so that's a good buy. But man, if you got in down here at 0.006 and you sold at 40 cents, you made a banger profit. But it's still new, right? It just came out in June. Literally. It just came out a month ago. So if you would have dropped um, 10 grand on BMON, right? It would have gotten you 1,066,600, or excuse me, 1,666,000. There's a lot of sixes. At 40 cents is what you would have had. So you've turned 10 grand to over 600,000. Another one that's going up is Crypto Fights is not a token, but it is a game. Okay, it's a game. I'm actually it's actually a game I play, and you can earn, right? So it's for the mobile. Use strategy, logic, and probability to win. Customize and evolve your fighters. And yes, it is free to sign up for an account. You have strength, dexterity, and intelligence. Explore the worlds and unlock new arenas. Win real money in the cash tournaments. Turn your dollar entry fee into a $6,000 reward. Um, just depends on, I guess, if you're good enough to make it all the way through to the end. Real life tournament battles for first place give $6,000. Okay. You can win big cash prizes, earn XP and loot drops, seasonal tournaments and exclusive items, and anything you earn, you can sell your items on the marketplace. So own your loot, sell, and trade it freely. So the game mechanics are based on Dungeons and Dragons. They've had a full audit already. Um, so just some awesome things for you guys to look at. But yes, you can go to cryptofights.io and download the game. So again, I've told you for full transparency, I do own this game. So um, I can't wait for the rest of the marketplace to open up for Star Atlas and then stuff. But so right now, okay, they're still building everything right now. All right, they're still building everything right now. So here you see again, Bitcoin has gotten rejected exactly um, at that trend line. Okay, just have to watch. I mean, it's coming down. Just be careful if it decides to cross this line and retrace up. We go down to the 30-minute time frame. Okay, it's already crossed it on 30-minute. It just hasn't closed the hourly candle to show that it's gonna start above. Um, Now it doesn't mean that, again, you still need more data on the hourly so you could adjust it. Obviously, see on the 4 hour, it's not enough data to be able to have your trend line there on the 4 hour. It's looking like it's going to be something more like this on a 4 hour, my guess. So just pay attention to that. So give us the next 30-cent coin. Yeah, it's crypto Houston. I mean, you got a couple options there, right? Um, Binance could pump. Um, Anarchy is another one to definitely watch out for. Okay, definitely watch out for it. You can come over to CoinGecko. If you want to get on Binance, copy the Binance address. Or if you want to get it on Uniswap, just click copy and it'll take the Ethereum address, the ERC20 address. I would not buy it on Hotbit. Hotbit's having some issues right now, some big issues. But you can also get it on who.com. I've never used that exchange for full transparency. So right now, your two main places that are trustworthy are PancakeSwap and Uniswap. Okay. And it's had $5 million in the last 24 hours. That is nuts. For a project that is for a project that literally just came out this year, okay? And in the beginning of this bull run, nobody cared about video games at the beginning of this bull run. This action was just because the whole altcoin market, I mean, it didn't matter if you bought Cumcoin, it pumped to the moon, right? So this is because of what's going on in NFTs and gaming, okay? Because what's happening is what a lot of these games are doing, they give you a way, you're not just buying the game, playing it till you beat it, and then that's it, right? You've lost your money. You go to resell it, you lose half the money, if not more. With these games, there's ways for you to earn out of them, whether playing in the tournaments, whether you get drops and you can sell them. So for instance, on Bitemon, if you earn another BMon, you can sell it on the marketplace. On and Anarchy, whatever you win, you can sell on the marketplace. And Star Atlas, um, if you build a ship, right, you can build a ship and sell it on the marketplace. So someone who doesn't want to go to really dangerous areas to get the resources to build that ship, they could just go on the marketplace and buy it from you. So yeah, all 200 million tokens will not go into supply. Okay, it's 94 million is what's in supply, and they're actually transparent about that, right? If you actually come over here and they have a way for you to look at the tokenomics. I want to say it's this. No, that's not it. They have a way for you to look at the tokenomics to see um, how where is it? Well, we can check the light paper. I don't need that. I just looked at it earlier because they had a breakdown of how they're doing it. All right, so there you go. Out of 200 million, 2.5% for community incentives, 10% private sale, 16.5% private sale, 2.5% public sale, 5% pre-seed sale, 6% seed sale, 2.5% floating liquidity, 12.5% for the team, 2.5 for advisors, 12.5 reserve, 2.5 global partnerships, and 25% yield farming. Okay. So all of those already happen. So what's out there is out there. Everything else is for um, the team and all that type of stuff. So Anarchy has a market cap. Oh, max supply? Yes, it does. It's 200 million. It's just not populating on coin market cap, but they do have a max supply. It's 200 million, right? It's populating right here on CoinGecko. It's 200 million. And a circulating supply of 94,354,947 tokens. And then they're pretty transparent. You can they have their Twitter, they have Telegram. Their transactions can be viewed on ETHFloor and EtherScan. They've got their website, anarchy.io. Then they have their Medium. Okay. And of course, they're unrarable. I showed you where you can see the token. And then once Atlas releases, Star Atlas will also have a token. It'll be called Atlas. Now, there's already an Atlas that exists. That's not it. It's a different one. Okay, it's not their token is not out yet. When you see this logo, then you'll know it's the real Atlas token. So just throwing that out there. And again, like I was saying, um, Koopa is not a game. Okay, Koopa is not a game. So they explain here. Koopa uses a multi-purpose DeFi backbone to encourage long-term holding. Um, Koopa Token aims to level the crypto gaming space with genuine utility. Their token's mission is to systematically democratize the gaming industry. Um, you can convert gaming streams or images into tradable NFTs with the Koopa token. You can bet on results or participate in the match with Koopa tokens on esports. And then you can use it to invest in indie games. They have their tokenomics. Okay. They have the governance. They're unruggable. So the smart contracts ensure a founder can never sell more than 5% of their tokens at a time. They've got their team. They show where they are, right? So they haven't finished the public sale. So when they finish it, this will turn blue, and then they'll go to initial token distribution, which is where they release them, as I stated, to everybody that holds that who made a purchase. Then they'll get released to your wallet at that point. Then they'll have the CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap listing after they get offered on DEXs, and then eventually they'll get offered on exchanges. And they are partnered with Ethereum and Matic and Trezor. So if that tells you anything. So and they have awesome paper. Look at this white paper. Look at that. I mean they put some work into this project. So it tells you right here, total circulation supply of 10 billion tokens. So a realistic price that it could reach on like a parabolic run is $1, $2, right? Even $5 is realistic for 10 billion supply. They talk about marketing acquisitions, community offerings, the private sale, the pre-sale, second offering. Okay, so excuse me. So they did have a private pre-sale where 1 billion tokens was offered to initial investors at 0.0001. They talk about the token burn. So they are going to burn tokens. If every transaction performed on a network, it will burn a certain amount of token. The transaction can be anything ranging from tokens transfer, staking, smart contract deposits. The reasons are pretty self-explanatory. The token is now a 3-point asset with fixed supply, token burn, and a commodity. So I guess what that means is it's a deflationary supply instead of inflationary. NFT generation, you can mint NFTs. They have fan tokens and sub tokens. On-chain treasury. They have events and tournaments. Crowdfunding. Um, I mean, this is just it's awesome. So, but I'll get off my soapbox about it. Told you guys about it. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, I will leave it at that. Do what you wish. Okay, so now we can step our trend line out a little bit. Okay, there we go. Now we can step it out a little bit. But I'm not gonna stand super long today. Um, if anything happens tonight, then of course I may come over and put in a nice little juicy trade. Really wish I would have got in, and I contemplated it when I saw the green light, red light. I contemplated getting in at 32, um, 32. When I watched it come up, I started getting around 32.7, but I didn't. And if I would have, I would have been up, you know, um, close to $500 right now in terms of um, the percentage drop, but I didn't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If we get some traction, maybe I'll hop in. We'll see. I'll go live for you guys or whatever. But yeah, hey, make sure to do your due diligence. Check out everything I showed you guys today. See if it's something that you believe in. Okay, see if something that you believe in. But I just want to throw it on your radar that crypto games are about to be the next wave. Okay, because it's real world application. Okay, people are seeing the light that it's not just buying on an exchange and holding it till you sell. Okay, people are seeing that I can buy this token, invest it into this game, and actually earn more of this token or earn some other sort of um, asset that I can sell for real world, right? So what they're doing is they're crossing untangible with tangible. It's crazy. Yeah, yeah. But thanks for coming. And again, check out all those projects. Check them out in the databases. Make sure you read the white papers, watch their videos, check them out on the marketplaces, and go get those gains. See you later.